And I just want to show you how large this taro is compared to my body size here. So let me step back here and see if we can get a shot of this. And here we go. Look at those beautiful corms that spell C-O-R-M, and those are the taro that we are after. Hello everyone, and welcome to the back garden yard. And in today's video, we're not going to be picking this cabbage. We are going to be picking tropical taro grown here in Georgia. So let's go. And as we get to the tropical taro, we'll just kind of take a look. Here are the giant radishes, and they're doing very well. You can see them starting to form right down here. And then we've got some mustard greens, and they are ready to harvest. Look how nice they look. We had a little rain last night. And then, of course, over here, I have got the persimmons. And this tree is just loaded, and they're all ripe. We've got to get out here and pick these persimmons. But let's go on over to the tropical taro. We will also take a look as we go at these sweet potatoes. These were the sweet potatoes that were planted with no roots, and they have come out now. I already harvested the first batch, and then I decided to save these for another month and see if I could get larger potatoes. So this is what's going on here. Okay, let's get back to the taro. So here is the tropical taro patch that I planted, and it's a rather large patch this year. Now, a lot of people commonly mistake these for elephant ears, and they're actually very similar, but you notice the green stems, and that means these are edible. The elephant ears will have red stems. Don't eat those. But here we go. And I just want to show you how large this taro is compared to my body size here. So let me step back here and see if we can get a shot of this. And here we go. I don't even think you can see my body that way. Let's try it this way. Here we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what we're after. And if you come down to the base of this plant, and we're going to take a look, and right here is a little bulb-like growth, and those are called corms, C-O-R-M. There's another one. And then there's they come out right around the edge. And here's another one, and those look like beautiful edible taro corms. So what we're going to do is just dig it up. We'll go ahead and get this one. I can see the corms here, even though the plant itself is not that big. It's made some beautiful corms, and they're also under the ground there. They don't go very deep. So that's what we're going to do, and I'm just going to take them and put them in that wheelbarrow over there, and we'll get some, and then we're going to go in and boil them down, and I'll show you how I like to eat them. Okay, you want to get about 8 inches away and give it a dig. Going all the way under. And here we go. Look at those beautiful corms. That spells C-O-R-M. And those are the taro that we are after. So we're going to go ahead and throw this into the wheelbarrow. And I'll separate those from the stalk in a little while when I get some more in the wheelbarrow. These corms are what you plant. So when I'm planting and I get small ones or I get some that are already sprouted, those will be the ones that I will plant for next year. And I'll go ahead and plant those when I finish getting them all separated here because they'll stay underground and come up next spring. So this is a crop you can plant in the fall for the next spring. So let's go ahead and make one more dig here and see if I can get this little one plus the big one over here, and then I'll finish digging some and we'll go separate them. So here's a small plant, but notice it's got some beautiful developed corms on it. So we're going to take that one over, and then we're going to pull this one out. And I heard some break off, which is not good. But here's the big plant here. Get the weed off of it. And notice once again some beautiful corms there. And then we're going to dig through the ground here, and any that broke off we'll collect. Well, I don't feel any. And then I've got this plant here, another small plant that's got 3 or 4 nice corms on it. Okay, so I think this is enough for dinner tonight. So let's go on in, and I'm going to show you how that I separate these. Okay, so now we're back, and I'm going to go ahead. I'll put the camera in the wheelbarrow, and then we'll pick up this small one, and we're going to pull the corms off. There's one. There's the one that fell out. We'll put it up here. Here's the next one. And there's a little one there that would be suitable for planting. And then there's this stem. Now, there's also a corm inside this main stem, but I'm not going to cut that out and eat that now, just because that's not the purpose of this video. But I will save this and clean and eat that later. All right, let's do one of the big ones. I know everybody wants to see just what's in one of these big ones. So here we go. We're pulling this one off. What a nice, beautiful corm. And then there's another. Wow, that one, look at the size of that one. Beautiful. Over here on the side was the one I saw sticking up out of the ground. Beautiful. And we'll just keep going. It's like a double. Got a worm in there. And once again, on the inside of this stem, it's very edible. It's like a big corm, and on the inside, we'll clean and eat that later. So that's a perfect amount for dinner tonight. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to rinse these off, and then we'll take them inside and boil them. And I will show you how long to boil them and how I like to season them, and we will go from there. Now, one thing I want to mention is, if you were going to be saving these for replanting, you would not wash these off at this point. That just makes them more quicker to degrade and everything. So you would not wash these off now, but of course if you're going to eat them, you don't want to take a bunch of dirt in and boil it up. So let's really quickly wash these off. And so if I was going to just save these for replanting, I'd throw them in a box like this, and then you're going to put them outside in the shade somewhere where they don't get wet, and let them cure for a week or two. And that way then you can store them in your basement, any cool, dry place. And you want to make sure that if you keep them there, they will keep for several months. And you can go ahead and eat them too. But don't wash them if you're going to store them or replant them. But we're going to eat these, so let's wash them. Okay, let's take a look at this taro harvest. What a beautiful harvest I got this morning. And we're going to go inside now, and later on I am going to boil them and cook them for dinner. So just thought I would want to show you, this is how you do it. And as you know, I've got a whole patch of these back there. I do need to go ahead and get them picked so that they won't start making roots and start sprouting. Like you can see, this one's trying to go ahead and start sprouting. You don't want them to sprout before you harvest, or they won't store as well. Okay folks, so I've got my water to a rolling boil, and what we want to do is boil these for no less than 15 minutes. Now, never eat raw taro leaves or roots. Do not do that. They have calcium oxalate, and you will regret it if you eat them raw. Once cooked, they're delicious and there's no problem. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill this up, as many of these as I can, for a rolling boil for 15 minutes. Okay folks, so these have been boiling now for 15 to 20 minutes, and they are done. So let's take a few up, and I'll show you how to clean them and eat them. So what you want to do is you want to get them out, and then just to test, just to make sure, you want to go ahead and stick a knife in one of the larger ones and make sure that it goes through there very easily. So I think that's enough for this demo, and we'll go ahead and cut that off. So here are the taros, and I'm just going to take a knife and let it just gently go down through there, and it goes all the way through very, very easy. So that just tells me they're done. Okay, now some people like to peel them first. If you do that, wear gloves, because of course the calcium oxalate in the roots can irritate the skin if you peel them before you boil them. I like to just go ahead and boil them. So let's go ahead and take them over now to the table. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick one up and hold it over this bowl here, and real easily does this peeling come off now that you boil them. So I'm just going to literally peel them. Should have waited a little longer for them to cool, but that's okay. It's not that hot. And it just pops right out, you see. So that's a beautiful taro. And let's go ahead and get another one. And as I'm showing, once you get the peeling started, it just slides right off. It's so easy. A little messy, but it's worth it. If you've got a little spot, just cut that out. Okay. And there you go. I've got me two nice hot taros. So now you can see they have the same color as potatoes. And these have got the good carbohydrates in them too, by the way, folks. So what we're going to do is we're just going to cut them up. We are going to put a little bit of Kerrygold butter on them. This is some nice Irish butter. Don't want too much butter. There we go. We're going to put that in there. Then we're going to sprinkle some salt. Now I'm just making a very small dish here just for demonstration purposes. If you're making it for the whole family, of course you would add more. And then some pepper. There you go. Then we're going to mash it all up. Now, if you have gravy, you can pour gravy over these just like you would potatoes. I'm not going to pour gravy today on them, but I just wanted to tell you that's a very good addition to these tubers. So now we're going to do a taste test on the taro tubers. And let's give them a try. I'll pull it up so you can see them. Folks, if I didn't tell you that this was taro, and I told you this was regular white mashed potatoes, I don't think you'd know the difference. I'm gonna eat them all. So good. Those are so good. So folks, I hope you enjoyed this video. One of the most overlooked vegetables I see in the USA that people can grow, and they're so easy to grow, is taro. So I really think you should consider growing taro. All you've got to do is plant some tubers and harvest them about 4 months later, and then you will have a taro feast just like we have here, all during the fall. So if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and we will see you on the next video.